Good evening. I am Mr. Gravel, the very proud principal of Benjamin Franklin Elementary School, and it is my honor to introduce our 2021 Teacher of the Year, Amanda Liner. Amanda is a special education teacher who works with children with autism. She meets this challenge through patience, empathy, and encouragement. Amanda is resourceful as she creates individualized lessons and activities to meet the diverse needs of her students. Amanda is involved in our school community as she is the advisor for our Play Unified Buddy program, has raised money for Special Olympics, organized a team for the Polar Bear Plunge, and promotes World Autism Awareness and is a student mentor. For these reasons and many others, it is evidence as to why our community selected Amanda Liner, the 2021 Ben Franklin Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, Amanda.
Honestly, it's any single time that the kids make me laugh. Like really, any single time that I get to share a laugh with them, that I get to share any big emotion with them, is really probably seared into my brain forevermore.
Congratulations to Mrs. Karlowski, our Educational Services Professional of the Year at Benjamin Franklin this year. Thank you for all of your dedication and support to our school over 17 years. This is well deserved. Congratulations.
Hi, this is Mike Seiler, principal of James Madison Primary School, and I have the absolute privilege of introducing you to Miss Kelly Enriquez, who is our Teacher of the Year. Mrs. Enriquez goes to infinity beyond every day to make sure that her students' academic needs are met and also their social emotional needs. But what sets her apart is how humble she is. She flies below the radar and really doesn't like any of the accolades. In fact, she probably doesn't like me speaking about her right now and wants this video to end. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Ms. Enriquez is an absolute pleasure to have her in school, and we're honored to have her.
I think forming relationships with my students, I always remember those relationships. Like, I love to just take time and to sit and talk with them because they have all of these great stories and they always have so much to say and to share. So I really love to do that with them, and I love building those relationships where we have fun and we get to laugh, and then actually watching them learn through having a good time and watching them get these concepts and have fun learning and seem to really enjoy it.
I would like to congratulate Mrs. Leah Abernathy of James Madison Primary School as the Educational Support Professional of the Year. Mrs. Leah Abernathy is integral in the wellness of the staff and students at the school. Mrs. Leah Abernathy puts her heart into every decision she makes, and we're lucky to have her. Congratulations, Mrs. Abernathy.
My name is Donna Abetamarco, and as the proud principal of James Madison Intermediate School, I am thrilled to recognize Mrs. Alyssa Peters as our Teacher of the Year. As a self-contained special education teacher, Mrs. Peters accepts and loves her students for who they are and helps them see the potential within themselves. Along with her team of paraprofessionals, Mrs. Peters has created a classroom environment that is nurturing and positive. She is passionate, dedicated, creative, collaborative, and a gift to the JMI school community. Congratulations, Mrs. Peters, on being named James Madison Intermediate School Teacher of the Year.
So when I was in third grade, I had a teacher who not only made learning fun every day, but she taught us social and emotional learning skills, and she always checked in with every student in her class, and she really made everyone in the class feel like she really cared about us. And I remember thinking, I want to do that. I want to be a teacher. I want to not only teach my students how to read and how to multiply, I want to teach them how to socialize, how to empathize, and how to communicate with each other. And I just remember thinking, that's what I want to do.
I am proud to present Mrs. Carol Hong, the reading specialist at James Madison Intermediate School, as the Educational Support Professional of the Year. Mrs. Carol Hong is integral in reading with children for reading intervention and planning things like the Reading Across America Week. Congratulations, Mrs. Hong.
James Monroe has hit a home run with Mrs. Cindy Reith, our Teacher of the Year. Being a great physical education teacher has always been her goal. Mrs. Reith gives teaching her best shot. Mrs. Reith is always willing to jump in to help her colleagues. We are happy to have her on our team.
I have a student, watching him grow up, going from kindergarten through 5th grade, he was always throwing improperly, stepping with the wrong foot, not transferring his weight. And The day in 4th or 5th grade when he stepped with his opposite foot and threw with his right hand, I was jumping for joy, he was jumping for joy, everyone in the class was jumping for joy. So it was an honor to see that when a student puts their mind to it, they can succeed.
We have a word about our ESP of the Year, Mrs. Laura Stanko, our speech language specialist. Her collaborative, creative communication helps James Monroe students express themselves. She's always sending the right tone. The message is clear. We are proud to have Mrs. Stanko at James Monroe.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Hoffman, the principal of John Marshall Elementary School. It is with great pride that John Marshall School has chosen Mrs. Sharda as the recipient of the 2020-2021 school year. Mrs. Sharda is exceptionally creative with her lessons, an innovative thinker, and a passionate member of our 3rd grade team. Mrs. Sharda has such enthusiasm, love, and passion for teaching her students. She has been a dedicated educator within the Edison School District for 6 years and has so much to offer the John Marshall community. Mrs. Sharda uses a variety of strategies to make her teaching effective, and her positive and cheerful attitude are truly admirable. Mrs. Sharda teaches her students to strive for excellence, to show respect to one another, and to push themselves to reach their individual potential. This is why John Marshall School has selected Erica Sharda as their 2020-2021 Teacher of the Year.
I always thought growing up when I was in high school and I knew I wanted to be a teacher, my goal in life was to be at Lincoln School with Miss Pagano because I just thought that it would be the best thing ever. I used to go visit her all the time too with my dog. I'd walk up to her window with my dog to go visit her, and I thought it would be so awesome. And then it turned out that I had gotten a long-term full-year sub position at Washington School, and she was just moved to Washington School, and we taught the same grade which I had her in, which was 3rd grade, and we taught right next to each other.
I am proud to announce Kristen Porterucci as John Marshall's Educational Services Professional of the Year. Mrs. Porterucci serves as the reading specialist at our school. Mrs. Porterucci exudes positivity and enthusiasm for her students and wants all of her students to feel special. She's very creative and finds ways to obtain funding for special school projects. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Mr. Scully, the proud prince of Lincoln Elementary School. I'm here to introduce Mrs. Kathy Korchak as Lincoln's Teacher of the Year. It is with great pride that we have Mrs. Korchak at Lincoln. Mrs. Korchak is a 21-year veteran and continues to have the eternal drive to learn new ways to affect positive changes in her students. She always makes sure that her children's social and emotional needs are met. Making those deep personal connections with her students helps her students realize there's always an adult in their corner. This is extremely important during COVID, when our students were home alone for up to 18 months by themselves during the school day. Although her school day never really ended at 3:45. It does not take long to see that she truly loves her students. On a personal note, Mrs. Korchak is now the proud grandmother of baby Michael, and she cannot get enough of that little boy. Lincoln would not be the same without Mrs. Korchak. Congratulations, Mrs. Korchak, on Lincoln's Teacher of the Year.
It was the first day back from winter break, and I had decided over break to cut my hair short and highlight it. So as the students were coming in that morning, I was standing there greeting my 2nd graders, and a little boy stopped, and he looked at me, and he said, "Would you lose a bet?" And I hear that, and it still makes me laugh. It just still makes me laugh. He was 7. He was 7.
I would like to introduce Mrs. Lorraine Seagriff for Lincoln's Educational Service Professional of the Year. Mrs. Seagriff is a one-on-one para at Lincoln. She meets all her students' academic, social, and emotional needs. Ultimately, Mrs. Seagriff's responsibility is leveling the playing field to ensure the students have the same opportunities as every other student at Lincoln. Mrs. Seagriff is a difference maker in a student's life, and it's a pleasure to announce Mrs. Seagriff, Lincoln's Educational Service Professional of the Year.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Johan Rojas and I am the proud principal of Lindenau Elementary School. It is my distinct honor to announce our 2020-2021 Teacher of the Year. At the core of teaching is an understanding that we as educators have the power to change the world. And we use this power to make a difference one child at a time. When I think about our Teacher of the Year, this is what comes to mind. In addition to the fact that teacher is a calling, Those called to service will experience a lifetime of fulfillment and happiness over the things kids say. Throughout this pandemic, our Teacher of the Year has ensured that all her students feel connected with each other, our school, and our world. We all know that's the small things in life that matter. So when our teacher drives to her students' homes and wishes them a happy birthday, or organizes a donation drive for families in need throughout this pandemic, that has an impact that is felt throughout. Though our teacher is a phenomenal first grade teacher, I have seen her use her PhD in social work, PhD in nursing, food services, laughter, and love to make Lindenau a great place to grow for all kids. Congratulations, Mrs. Carrie Rinaldi, on becoming Lindenau's Teacher of the Year.
I teach first grade, so this is a grade where they really learn how to read. So having that foundation of the aha, like, oh my goodness, Mrs. Rinaldi, I can read now, I think is one of the most touching parts of being a teacher. Also the hugs that I get daily. And then also finally, I've had so many students come back to me and who are now teachers, and some of them working in Edison also. So I think those memories together are what is special to me.
It is my pleasure to present this year's Educational Support Staff Award to the person that continues to bring our library to life for all Lindenau students, whether in person or virtually, Ms. Angela Lombardo.
As the proud principal of Martin Luther King Elementary, I'd like to congratulate Ms. Kim Gatson-Jackson for Teacher of the Year for the 2021 school year. Ms. Gatson-Jackson goes above and beyond her normal school day and has affected over hundreds of students in everything she does. As the Odyssey of the Mind coach, she has taken students out of their comfort zone and led them to greatness. We congratulate and thank Ms. Gatson-Jackson for everything she does for our learning community.
I stayed at home for a few years as a mom, and watching children just learn and grow was always very inspiring to me, and even producing humans that were going to be more than just smart, but to also be like important things like courteous and kind and empathetic, and being a team player and accepting others and being open, especially. All that stuff matters, especially in today's climate. So it's nice to have an input on something that's really important with your children.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Fisher, and I'm the proud assistant principal of Martin Luther King Elementary School. I am honored to introduce Miss Cindy Meisner as our Educational Support Professional of the Year. Her work goes far beyond what she does in the clinic as a school nurse and spans to our greater community. Miss Meisner, thanks for all that you do for the students of MLK.
Good evening, I'm Michael Duggan, principal of Menlo Park School, and I'm here to talk about Diane Taylor, our Teacher of the Year. Diane's been a teacher here for 26 years at Menlo Park School. She does an incredible job. Her students love being in her class. She shot all kinds of videos to help support her kids during this pandemic. She has a very interesting way of instructing. And anytime you turn around at a special school event, Diane is there. So we want to say thank you so much, Diane Taylor, and congratulations on being Teacher of the Year.
We were in one of our closing circles, and one of the little boys who was working from home, he asked me, he's like, when is this COVID thing going to be over? So I said to him that, people were getting vaccines and they were working on a vaccine for kids. So things were looking really hopeful. So he goes, Miss Taylor, I don't feel like I'm missing out on first grade because I'm having a great time. And that just really meant so much to me, because at the beginning of the year, I was really concerned about how we were going to bond as a class through computer screens, and I never should have doubted it.
Ms. Kendall Mellinger is our Educational Services Professional of the Year here at Menlo Park School. She works in our multiply disabled program, providing critical support to some of our students. She's a wonderful colleague, collaborative, and helpful, and she really represents what a mighty mutt here is at Menlo Park School: respectful, responsible, and kind. Congratulations again to Ms. Kendall Mellinger.
Ms. Petrocaro has 24 years of experience in Edison and was one of the first teachers to start a program for students with autism. She has been a big contributor to helping our school implement a positive and effective program for these students. Ms. Petrocaro takes pride in dedicating herself to help her students have a successful day of learning. She has developed a positive relationship with her students' families and knows that together they can achieve their students' goals. Thank you, Ms. Petrocaro, for being a part of our school. We are very lucky to have you at Washington.
I was a swim instructor when I was about 17, 18, and I was approached by a mom who had a daughter with severe ADHD, and I taught her one-to-one instruction in the pool, and I taught her how to swim. So I said from there on I wanted to teach children, and I also wanted to teach children that had some disabilities, special needs, and now here I am today.
Our Educational Services Professional of the Year is Mrs. Laura Skamaka. Mrs. Skamaka continues to be a vital part of the West community. She continues to support our staff, parents, families, and most importantly, students. Thank you for everything you do, Mrs. Skamaka.
Congratulations to Mrs. Nicole Donnelly on her well-deserved recognition as Woodbrook's Teacher of the Year. Mrs. Donnelly is a wonderful teacher who cares deeply about each and every child in her class. A true advocate for students and families, she works tirelessly to provide children with the attention and love they deserve. Her fun, outgoing personality makes her easy to love, and we do. And we are thrilled to call her our Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, Mrs. Donnelly.
I've always wanted to become a teacher. Ever since I was little, I remember I wanted to be one. But it wasn't until I went to Rutgers and I took a course and they had us go to the Douglas Developmental Disability Center, and I observed students there, and I really enjoyed that experience, and I felt like it was so rewarding, and that's when I knew that I wanted to be a special ed teacher.
It comes as no surprise that Mrs. Elaine Giardina has been recognized as the deserving recipient of Woodbrook's Educational Services Professionals Award. Mrs. Giardina has a love for children, teaching, and learning. She is loved by children, parents, and staff, and administrators. Thank you for always being kind and helpful and full of love and energy. Mrs. G, congratulations.
It's my honor to introduce Mrs. Jill Reddick, Herbert Hoover Middle School's 2020-2021 Teacher of the Year. It's fitting that Mrs. Reddick is receiving this long overdue recognition at this particular moment. The qualities that have always made Mrs. Reddick a truly great teacher have proven themselves to be even more valuable over the course of the past year. Mrs. Reddick has always set high academic standards for her 6th grade science students, while simultaneously creating a nurturing environment where curiosity and exploration are both encouraged and rewarded. This year, as the world shrank around her students, Mrs. Reddick made her class a place where students could connect with her, the world, and each other. During the pandemic, Mrs. Reddick was here at Hoover each day, providing her students with a consistent and familiar learning experience. Additionally, Mrs. Reddick ensured every student was invited to her office hours and spent an incalculable number of hours providing students with extra help and support. Mrs. Reddick loves her family, her profession, and the New Jersey Devils. Thank you, Mrs. Reddick, for being the light that allowed your students to shine in the midst of such darkness.
I have lots of different memories. I have memories from when I first started, those first 3 years. Like I taught combinations of 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, so I had a lot of the students multiple times. Now some of them are in their mid-30s and they've reconnected with me. So the fact that some of them still remember things that I taught them or things that I used to say, those are the kind of memories I like. I think they remember me.
Congratulations to Joanne Massey for being named Herbert Hoover Middle School's Educational Services Professional of the Year. Mrs. Massey's dedication, kindness, and support of her children makes her more than deserving of this honor. Congratulations, Mrs. Massey, on this award.
Congratulations to Mr. Grant Hetrick, John Adams Middle School Teacher of the Year. Grant is everything anyone could possibly want in a teacher. He's genuine, he's respectable, he's ambitious, he is extremely talented, and most importantly, he cares about the needs of students. He's well respected in our school community. He's the co-facilitator of our PBSIS committee, a mentor, and a team leader. I'm so proud of Grant Hetrick. Congratulations once again on this great accomplishment.
When I think about it, if I'm really asking what inspired me, it's literally, and this is an answer that you've heard before, other teachers. I remember, and they were history teachers and English teachers more than the other teachers, and only because those are subjects that are dear to me, that I really relate to. Other teachers who would tell stories and you'd sit there and hanging on them, or create an interesting assignment that you suddenly realize and connected it to what you were learning, and you're like, oh, that makes sense. You know, wondering if and hoping that you can kind of have a couple of those moments while you're teaching and recognizing that, you know what, the teachers that you remember are the ones who tried hard and tried to make it interesting and tried to make it relatable, and you want to kind of do that, be that.
I'd like to congratulate Suprita Gotetti, our Education Service Professional of the Year for John Adams Middle School. She is so sweet, kind, and student-centered. She's a valuable member of our JAMS community and well deserving of this honor.
My name is Mrs. Emden, and I'm the principal of Thomas Jefferson Middle School. I am truly honored to congratulate Mrs. Marina Kraft, the recipient of this year's Teacher of the Year. For the last 8 years, Mrs. Kraft has consistently demonstrated a commitment to her students by delivering fun and authentic lessons that engage learners in complex thinking, using high-level tasks, questions, strategies, and feedback. Her love for the subject of math is palpable, and we are fortunate to have her at TJ. Mrs. Kraft, you are truly deserving of the 2020-2021 Teacher of the Year recognition. Congratulations.
I ran into a student at Target from my first year of teaching, and I was with my husband, and she just raved about our class and like projects we did. And I'm like, wow, that was 10 years ago and you remember that project. So I think that just that learning aspect can be fun. That learning can be fun, and that students actually remember those things. I think that's my favorite memory.
Congratulations to Mr. Abraham Gulama, our Educational Staff Professional of the Year at Thomas Jefferson Middle School. He works with our students on a daily basis to make sure that they are the best that they can be. We congratulate him and thank him for all the work that he does at Thomas Jefferson Middle School.
Good evening. My name is Jennifer Blevins, and I am the principal of Woodrow Wilson Middle School. It is my honor and privilege to introduce the Woodrow Wilson Teacher of the Year, Eloisa Almanzar. Mrs. Almanzar is an innovative and dedicated Spanish teacher. She always finds creative ways to teach the content that she is passionate about. She not only teaches students the Spanish language, but also to view their lives through a cultural lens that is not their own. The admiration her students have for her is evident as they light up whenever speaking about Mrs. Almanzar. Beyond the classroom, Mrs. Almanzar finds ways to support all staff at WWMS. She is always willing to offer a helping hand, collaborate, and support novice teachers. Yet, she does more than that by building trusting relationships that encourage a love of learning of all subjects for all people that she encounters. Congratulations to Mrs. Eloisa Almanzar, Woodrow Wilson Middle School Teacher of the Year.
In high school, I actually got into a program called AmeriCorps, which is like the national version of the Peace Corps. And I met a lot of service-oriented people, one of which was a pastor, and he was running ESL classes at night. And that was the first opportunity. So he asked me, and I was very willing to help him out. So I would go to a church basement Friday nights to teach this group of highly motivated adults who were really trying to learn English. And so that was the first time that I said to myself, yeah, I could definitely see myself making education a career.
Hello everyone, I'm Reenu Mendrada, Assistant Principal at Woodrow Wilson Middle School. I am honored to represent Tamara Richmond, our Media Specialist, for the prestigious ESP Award. Ms. Richmond has changed the face of Media Center here at Woodrow Wilson. With her hard work, dedication, and positive energy, our Media Center is bustling with staff and students. We're honored and proud to have her as part of our Woodrow Wilson team. Congratulations for the well-deserved award.
Hi, it's my pleasure to honor Mr. Matthew McGuigan, our Edison High Teacher of the Year for 2020-2021. One of the best dressed people, one of the smartest, Even though he graduated from JP, he now bleeds the red and the golds. Whatever you need him to do, he'll do for you. And that goes for administration, but more importantly for his students. He's able to break down the most complex mathematical functions so that everybody can understand it, master it, and move on. He's a role model for so many, and he inspires me every day to be a better me. Thank you, Mr. McGuigan, for all you do to be what's great about Edison High.
So to me, teaching was a calling. As I said, I grew up in Edison. I had a lot of great teachers. I went through the Edison school system, and a lot of teachers inspired me. And looking back on that, I saw that I wanted to make a difference in the world. And the best way for me to do that was to help students achieve success, achieve their dreams, to inspire them in return. Because by doing that, we can make the world a better place.
Edison High School's Educational Service Professional of the Year is Mr. Mark Schwartz. He is so deserving of this award. He brings his humor and creativity to the classroom. He holds kids accountable and engages them, and he loves to get them working with their hands. We're so lucky to have him. Congratulations, Mr. Schwartz.
I am honored to announce Ms. Laura Akron as the John P. Stevens High School 2021 Teacher of the Year. Laura loves this profession and continuously reinvents teaching to meet the needs of her students. While she has high expectations for them, she fully supports them in their learning. They know it, appreciate it, and respect her for it every single step of the way. Congratulations, Laura, on this well-deserved honor, and thank you for everything you do for JP, both in and out of the classroom. Our Hawks fly high because you are the wind beneath their wings.
There's so many moments, groundbreaking moments, but it's thousands of little moments where you see, somebody making a connection with a novel or finding their passion in a conversation or a class discussion, and it's the students who come back and visit you, or you find out they're doing really well in college. All of these little things kind of add up over the years.
John P. Stevens High School is proud to honor its first educational services professional. As our library media specialist, Ms. Sherry Stein is always willing to help students, faculty, and staff in a variety of ways. She's more valuable to John P. Stevens than the Dewey Decimal System. Congratulations, Ms. Stein.
It is my privilege to announce Jennifer Zolakowski as the Teacher of the Year. Gen Z, as she is known, is a preschool teacher at the FDR building for the last 12 years. She's been in district for the last 21 years. Gen Z is one of those teachers that comes along every now and then. She shares her curriculum ideas, her lesson plans, and is always willing to go above and beyond to help other colleagues. Gen Z is popular with students, families, and parents. She is a wonderful role model, and she works with each child's individual strengths and weaknesses, and then looks at the whole child. It is my honor and privilege, again, to announce Gen Z as the Teacher of the Year at FDR Building. Thank you, Gen Z, for everything you do.
One of my first years of teaching preschool, probably about 17 years ago, and we were preparing for our end of the year show and having, lots of preschoolers with special needs and their entire families coming to watch. Even though it wasn't a perfect performance, just seeing the looks on their parents' faces, it was just something that stands out in my mind as being super rewarding.
It is my privilege to announce Kathleen Rocker as the Paraprofessional of the Year at the EELC building. Rocker, as we call her, is an amazing support staff member who always is willing to go above and beyond. We love you, Rocker!